Just like always, that's the theme of the night. From all you people and from the crappy owner in that ugly white jacket, Franklin Dove. Tonight, we end Franklin Dove's boys, Sky Fever. Stephen Walters, John Skyler, they're going down to the Wrestling Machine, Corey Hollis, Mike Posey, Alabama Attitude. Franklin, you are next, my friend. Get ready.
Out of all the men in this business that I respect, the very few people in this business I respect, one of those people is Stephen Walters. Although I hate him more than just about anything, I hate him. He destroyed JT Talent's back. Now, granted, Talent wasn't man enough to make it through and to carry on like I did. But we've had some bloody, blood-soaked cage match, street fight, anything you can think of. We have beaten each other half to death across the United States. I do have respect for the man, but you are right. He is Franklin Dove's boy, and he gets preferential treatment. It's unfair to the remainder of the guys back in the locker room.
But why is it that Mike Posey was the one that wanted this contest so bad, yet Corey Hollis is in the ring with it, Stephen Walters?
Well, let's pump the brakes. Can you pump the brakes for me for a second? Did you see the ref break those up? Did you see him break them up? Did you see Walters' cheap shot? That should be a disqualification. This match is pretty much over before it began. I can't believe the only answer for this is Franklin Dove has a referee on his payroll, and he paid to let this match go on.
Well, Franklin Dove is watching from ringside as Stephen the Fever Walters is in the ring with Corey Hollis. This is the first time we've seen Stephen the Fever Walters in action here at Anarchy in several months. Just recently completed a tour of Japan. His tag team partner, the Southern Savior, John Skyler, also a superstar we haven't seen here in a long time, completed a tour of Canada recently.
Canada, Japan, that's all well and good. You know what? Have they toured Alabama? Have they seen the caliber of athlete of a Mike Posey or a Corey Hollis? I don't think they're all like 4 feet tall in Japan, and Canadians are super friendly. Where are they going to find competition? They tried to get as far away from Alabama as they could to avoid Alabama Attitude.
Well,
and it's so obvious.
They didn't have to go to Alabama to find Alabama Attitude. They've got them here this week in Cornelia, Georgia.
That's right, because Alabama came to them. They got tired of them ducking them.
Well, again, Mike Posey, we've heard it every time he's been here. He wants Franklin Dove in a match. Franklin Dove, not a wrestler. He's the owner of the company.
Owner of the company. And again, as we remember, Franklin Dove himself said, there can be no group in Anarchy more than 3-person. So the question is this a tryout match for Walters and Skyler to join Team Franklin Dove, or whatever you call it, Team Skynet or whatever.
Sky Fever.
John
Skyler and Stephen the Fever.
You know what? The only fever I have is I'm sick to my stomach watching Stephen Walters in that ring. I've seen about enough of him for my lifetime.
Beautiful arm drag by the Southern Savior, John Skyler, trying to get a submission out of Mike Posey. I don't think it's going to happen this early in the contest, but anything is possible inside the squared circle.
My question is, all the fanny patting from Franklin Dove on the backside of Stephen Walters, how does John Skyler feel about that? I don't see anybody singing him praises. Southern Savior's not getting any praises.
I was just telling you, he completed a tour of Canada recently. He's been very successful on the independent scene. Granted, it hasn't been here at Anarchy, but on that same token, Stephen Walters has been having great success internationally.
Did you listen to the question? We're talking about Franklin Dove here. Franklin Dove loves Stephen Walters. How does he feel about John Skyler? John
Skyler was Franklin Dove. Oh my! Drop toe hold sends the head of Corey Hollis into the groin.
Basically,
of Mike Posey.
That's a cheap shot. That should be a submission.
Well, if Mike Posey was wise, he'd have submit here. Instead, make a wish. Let's crack the wishbone.
Just sad to see.
You talk about this favoritism towards Stephen the Fever Walters. The Southern Savior, John Skyler, was hand-selected by Franklin Dove to be the tag team partner of Stephen the Fever Walters.
Exactly. Hand-selected to take the abuse while Stephen Walters sits over there, looks pretty, and smiles at Franklin Dove. Let me ask you this. How do you think Stephen Walters got to Japan on Franklin Dove's dime? How do you think John Skyler got to Canada? Hard work and sweat. as much as I could care less about John Skyler, I'll tell you what, he did it himself. Am I right or am I right or am I right?
Well, right. That remains to be seen. We got a double arm drag. Goes for the cover. Dee Byers waited for John Skyler to get out of the ring. A wise move because it's one man in from each team.
Again, we're looking at a match that Stephen Walters and miscellaneous guy that Franklin Dove threw in there versus Alabama Attitude. I don't see any praises being sung towards John Skyler, how much Franklin Dove loves John Skyler. I don't hear any of that.
Andrew Pendelton, are you annoyed that you didn't get the call to be standing here as Walter's partner?
You know what? I would not be Walter's partner. I have already destroyed that man. I am a champion. I have succeeded. He doesn't deserve to be in the ring with me.
Yes, I know. Former two-time tag team champion.
That's right. And you know who those tag team titles were taken from both times?
Stephen Walters.
Stephen Walters and Derek Driver, the New Wave.
Chop to the chest of Corey Hollis by the Southern Savior, John Skyler.
You know what? Again, I respect that man, but damn it, I hate him more than almost anybody in this world. Almost anybody.
Skyler very smart to look out for Mike Posey there, but it was too much as Posey drops him off the apron and throws him into the guardrail.
What are you talking about? He engaged Posey in fisticuffs. Of course he's going to throw him into the guardrail. He's simply defending himself.
Well, Mike Posey on the apron, up and over, drop kick right to the face of John Skyler. Goes for the cover. Skyler able to kick out just before the 2 count. Tag made by Mike Posey, bringing in Corey Hollis. Up and over, beautiful senton by Hollis.
So, thanks to the genius of Stephen Walters, hey, you gotta move. Do you think he wouldn't move if he could? Great job. Way to be a coach, Stephen Walters. If you were a football coach, would you say get a touchdown? No, great strategy. If you were a baseball coach, you tell every guy hit a home run and strike everybody out. That is not being a coach.
Andrew, when you were standing on the apron in your tag team encounters, did you just stand there quietly while your partner was getting destroyed?
My tag team partner never got destroyed. We won every match.
Then why are you a 2-time former tag team champion?
Because I relinquished the belts. There was a cage. We had a cage match. Talent came to me before. JT Talent, as everybody knows, says, you know what? I don't have it in me to keep up with you anymore. But please, I want to go out gracefully. And I said, you know what? I agree. So we beat the hell out of the New Wave, and then I laid there, and he said, okay, I give up. So Talent, they were both unconscious, but Talent tapped out so he could retire with dignity. I think it might have been a little bit of a weak move because I'm still going strong, but I'm just saying that's what happened.
Andrew Pendleton, the only thing that's going strong is your mouth up here in the broadcast booth.
That's one of many things going strong, buddy. One of many things. Andrew Pendleton is like a train. The man, the myth, the train. He's like a locomotive.
Mike Posey dropping the shoulder into the midsection of the Southern Savior. Now choking him with the boot. This is an illegal maneuver, and if anybody would know what an illegal maneuver is, it would be Mike Posey, a former wrestling referee.
Exactly, and he knows he has until a 5 count to relinquish that hold. That is perfectly fine. That is what the rule book states. He has until 5. I'm sorry that Stephen Walters and John Skyler can't take advantage of that because they're not smart enough. That's not my fault.
Corey Hollis ducked the enziguri, however, it hits Mike Posey. Hollis has a hold of the boot, shoves Hollis off, tag made. Stephen Walters comes in, firing the forearm shots to Corey Hollis, and an uppercut.
What a show off with a European uppercut because he's been to Europe.
Beautiful suplex by Stephen the Fever Walters. Mike Posey comes in, catches a back body drop. Mike Posey goes out to the floor. Walters, beautiful lariat to Corey Hollis.
Almost took his head off. I can appreciate a great lariat. And again, wasting time. And do you see that? That's a cheap shot. This has been way past a 5 count. This match should be over.
Skyler goes up and over onto the apron, swings around. Beautiful spear by John Skyler. Kick out at 2. Corey Hollis able to kick out. The spear, not enough.
If you focus on your opponent in the match at hand and you leave that crowd alone and stop caring if they cheer you or boo you, they would have already won the match. Simple as that. All they're doing is giving
Stephen
Alabama.
Walters needs to watch out as Hollis was up top. Turns around, sliced bread. Franklin Dove showing his support. He's happy to see how his team's doing. Sky Fever, wait a minute! What in the world? Sliced bread number 2.
I told you! Did I tell you? Do you remember the time that I told you and I told you and you see what happened? You see what happened? Look at Franklin Dove! Look at him! Look at his face! He can't even look at
Elevator
it!
jam by Mike Posey.
It's fantastic!
Oh,
that is so
The winners of the match, the team of Corey Hollis and Mike Posey, the Alabama Attitude.
As a member of Talent Money, that is the most satisfying match I've seen in a long time.
And what makes it even worse, it was Mike Posey getting the pin on